Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. With it being baseball season right now, a question came up to me. As you know, anybody that knows Major League Baseball knows, the oldest ballpark right now being used is Fenway Park in Boston. It was constructed in 1912. A question came up as to where did the Boston Red Sox play baseball prior to the construction of Fenway Park? And I have a program from a Red Sox game that I went to in Boston back in 1989. They were taking on the New York Yankees. Remember that game? And the place that they played baseball prior to Fenway Park was called Huntington Avenue Grounds, the first Red Sox home. And right here's a picture of the ballpark. And they got an advertisement in here for Marty. Sorry about that. They got an advertisement for Mardi Gras coffee and Dr. Sweat's root beer. I've actually seen advertisements for Dr. Sweat's. Don't really know the history of that. Maybe that'll be a future show sometime. We can discuss that. But little information. In 1989, the Red Sox played their 78th season at Fenway Park. They have been members of the American League since their first season in 1901, having been awarded a franchise originally slated to play in Buffalo, New York. Interesting. Where did they play during those early seasons from 1901 to 1911? Many fans will recall hearing of the Huntington Avenue baseball grounds, and few may even know it once stood in Boston, where Northeastern University now has some of its facilities. Few know what the park was like, or for that matter, what the Boston of the day was like. I got a little information on Huntington Avenue grounds from Wikipedia. Huntington Avenue American League Baseball Grounds is the full name of the baseball stadium that formerly stood in Boston, Massachusetts, and was the first home field for the Boston Red Sox. I'm actually reading what I've got off of Wikipedia. Known informally as the Boston Americans until 1908, from 1901 to 1911, where they played. The stadium, built for $35,000, was located across the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad tracks from the South End grounds, home of the Boston Braves. The stadium was the site of the first World Series game between the modern American and National Leagues in 1903, and also saw the first perfect game in modern era thrown by Cy Young on May 5th, 1904. We've heard of the Cy Young Award. The playing field was built on a former circus lot and was fairly large by modern standards, 530 feet to center field, later expanded to 635 feet in 1908. It had many quirks not seen in modern baseball stadiums, including patches of sand in the outfield where grass would not grow, and a tool shed in deep center field that was actually in play. Interesting. The Huntington Avenue grounds was demolished after the Red Sox left at the beginning of the 1912 season to play at Fenway Park. It's kind of interesting information on that. That construction broke for Huntington Avenue grounds on March 9, 1901. It opened on May 8, 1901, and it closed after the 1911 season. It was demolished in 1912. Its only tenant was the Boston Red Sox from 1901 to 1911. So interesting information on where the Red Sox used to play, and I was basically all I was able to get on this. And I always, anything that has to do with his history fascinates me. And like I said, I'd still like to interview more people. Anybody that is interested, contact me on my YouTube page. If you happen to live in the Northern Virginia area or somewhere within a few hours, I can make a trip and do an interview. And as always, thanks for watching.